Hasan is a political commentator and streamer whose left-leaning coverage of current events has made him one of Twitch's most recognizable personalities. Throughout his career, Hasan has frequently attracted controversy. While many of his controversies involved political commentary, one of the most widely discussed moments concerned his dog, Kaya. The controversy began when a clip from a livestream showed Kaya shifting in the background before suddenly yelping. Viewers immediately questioned what had happened, with some suggesting that the dog had been reacting to a shock collar. Supporters argued that Kaya's collar contained an Apple AirTag, not a shock device, while critics attempted to analyze screenshots to determine the collar's type. Hasan denied the accusations, calling them absurd and insisting he had never used a shock collar. He explained that Kaya had yelped after accidentally clipping her foot while getting off the bed, stating that the dog was well trained and spoiled by his family. Later in the same stream, he said that the noise was caused by an ordinary mishap rather than any discipline. This was not the first major controversy Hasan faced. In 2019, he drew national criticism for comments about US foreign policy, including a remark that America deserved 9/11, and for mocking US Representative Dan Crenshaw's combat injury. He also faced major criticism earlier this year over his coverage of the terror organization Hezbollah, as well as other terror-related organizations, and what seems like support for these groups. Pokimane has been in many controversies over the years, with the most significant ones occurring between 2021 and 2025. The first major one took place on January 12, 2021. During her return stream following a DMCA-related suspension, Pokimane was playing Valorant with fellow streamers when her chat was suddenly flooded with L+ ratio messages. The raid started from streamer and YouTuber Gideon, whose viewers entered her chat to harass her. Surprised by the sudden influx of hostility, Pokimane ended her stream early. Gideon later apologized, and both creators publicly collaborated to show the issue had been resolved. A second major controversy was in late 2023, with the launch of Mina Snacks, marketed as a gluten-free cookie brand and promoted by Pokimane. The product faced immediate backlash over its price, $28 for a 4-pack. When viewers questioned the cost, Pokimane responded during a livestream with comments that many found dismissive, suggesting that critics should just say so if they were broke. These remarks intensified the criticism. Pokimane later apologized for her tone, acknowledging the insensitivity of her response and expressing an intention to be more mindful in future business ventures. Throughout these controversies, as well as many small ones she's had over the years, people always bring up a clip of her saying the N-word as well, back when she first started streaming. Although she apologized for it multiple times over the years, it is still always brought up anytime she's in hot water again. Mizkif is a streamer whose career has been full of rapid growth and significant controversy. The first major controversy emerged in September 2022 when fellow streamer Trainwrecks TV accused Mizkif of downplaying and helping to cover up an incident involving his then roommate Crazy Slick, who was alleged to have sexually assaulted streamer Adriana Lee. Immediately, OTK, the streaming organization Mizkif co-founded, suspended him from the organization and later removed him from its board, citing concerns about his judgment and behavior during his return stream in October. During this time, many people brought up previous screenshots of him using many racial slurs, as well as saying other horrible things, which made many people stop supporting him. He says he used to be very edgy and young, and it was only for comedy and shock value, but it still rubbed many the wrong way. In 2025, additional allegations came forward when streamer Emaru publicly accused Mizkif, her former partner, of sexual assault, harassment, and emotional abuse. During a live stream, she described a series of incidents that she said occurred while they lived in Austin, saying that she had initially avoided going public out of fear of retaliation. She stated that after learning of similar alleged behavior toward others, she felt compelled to speak. Mizkif responded in a separate broadcast, acknowledging that the relationship had been strained, but disputing several claims. He also alleged that disagreements about pet care had contributed to the deterioration of their relationship. He denied malicious intent regarding the assault allegation, saying he became uncomfortable and left when Imru reacted. DrDisrespect was one of Twitch's most recognizable streamers, known for his loud theatrical persona and distinctive visual style. With millions of followers and a major exclusivity deal, he stood as one of the platform's top creators until his sudden permanent ban in 2020. For years, the reason for the ban remained hidden, leading to widespread speculation. In 2024 to 2025, however, former Twitch employees publicly stated that the suspension came from inappropriate conversations that Doc had with a minor through Twitch's former Whispers private messaging system. According to those accounts, the messages included discussing a meeting at TwitchCon. Doc initially denied wrongdoing, emphasizing that he had been paid out the remainder of his contract and stating that no illegal activity had occurred. But in mid-2024, he issued a public statement acknowledging that messages exchanged in 2017 leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate. He stated that no photographs had been shared, no meeting had taken place, and no criminal charges had ever been filed. He described the matter as resolved and stressed that he accepted moral responsibility for engaging in conversations he characterized as inappropriate for an adult, husband, and father. Poseidon is an early and influential figure in live streaming, especially in the IRL space. His streams helped share the format long before it became mainstream, but his career has also been full of major controversies that followed him throughout the 2020s. The first major scandal broke in 2022 when YouTuber CoffeeZilla published an investigation accusing ICE of running a pump-and-dump cryptocurrency scheme called CX Coin. ICE had promoted the coin as a long-term project meant to support streamers, but the token collapsed after he pulled out the liquidity pool. CoffeeZilla alleged that about $500,000 was removed, with Danino keeping most of it and the rest going to developers. In a call captured during the investigation, ICE admitted he could return the money but said he wouldn't, adding that fans were partly to blame for putting too much emotion into the project. While he later claimed he planned to pay some of it back, only a small portion was actually returned. Another high-profile controversy was in 2023, during an IRL trip to Australia. ICE and fellow streamer Sam Pepper filmed a stream involving a sex worker who agreed to be on camera. The broadcast took a different turn when the woman realized other people were secretly watching from another room. She became uncomfortable and tried to leave. Police briefly detained ICE and Pepper before clarifying that no crime had been committed. Even so, many creators criticized the stream as exploitative and unsettling. Adin Ross is a popular streamer known for his influencer collaborations, gambling streams, and increasingly controversial commentary. Adin's relationship with Twitch came to an end in February 2023 when he received a permanent ban from the platform. Twitch did not publicly state the specific reason for the ban, but Adin later claimed on a podcast that he believed it came from an on-screen kick chat box that contained hateful messages from viewers. Observers also noted a major shift in Adin's public persona during this period. At the time, he started associating with Andrew Tate, one of the most controversial individuals on the internet because of his homophobic, racist, and misogynistic views. It seemed like Tate was rubbing off on Adin, and Adin started leaning into more negative topics. Specifically, anytime transgender-related topics came up, Adin would say transphobic things and express how he disliked many things about them. He even at one point said his pronouns are kill/them in regards to trans people. Adin also faced a lot of criticism for bringing on controversial creator Nick Fuentes, who is known as one of the most racist, anti-Semitic, homophobic, transphobic, and all-around hateful individuals on the internet. Throughout all of this, Adin constantly made streams about gambling, often showcasing himself playing on stream. When challenged about marketing gambling to minors, he smiled and replied, "It's fun." For someone like Adin Ross, controversy and outrage is simply profitable content. Destiny has been a major figure in the online political commentary world for years. His direct, confrontational style built him a large audience, but it also placed him at the center of repeated controversies. In August 2025, screenshots of Destiny's own chat room were posted on social media. In those logs, Destiny referenced a person known as Rose, and critics argue that his comments revealed details that could put her at risk of being identified. Later that day, additional screenshots appeared, this time allegedly showing explicit messages between Destiny and Rose dating back to 2022. The post spread quickly because Rose was reportedly 17 at the time, raising immediate questions about the nature of their interactions and Destiny's awareness of her age. The controversy came out only months after Destiny had already been involved in a separate legal battle. Earlier in 2025, he was sued under a federal revenge adult content ruling. According to the lawsuit, Destiny privately shared a sexual video of himself and a political creator known as Piexi with a fan without her consent. That video was later leaked online in 2024, where it circulated widely, causing significant harassment and emotional harm. Court documents included messages in which Destiny apologized, admitting he had shared the video and stating there was no excuse. The lawsuit also claimed that he deleted messages once he learned legal action was coming, and that several other women said he had sent explicit images to them as well. These incidents occurred against the backdrop of Destiny's earlier conflicts with platforms, including a 2020 Twitch ban for comments interpreted as encouraging violence. Amouranth is one of the most recognizable figures in modern live streaming. She became one of Twitch's most watched female creators before expanding to other platforms like OnlyFans and Kick. Throughout her career, Amouranth has faced multiple bans and warnings on Twitch and YouTube, usually tied to allegations of sexually suggestive content. In April 2024, she was suspended from Twitch for a week, and later that year, one of her YouTube ASMR channels were terminated. She publicly questioned the decision, noting that the video flagged for removal involved just brushing the mic with a paintbrush. YouTube ultimately upheld the termination, citing violations related to nudity and sexual content. Beyond platform moderation, Amouranth has also spoken openly about significant personal issues. In 2022, she revealed on stream that she had been experiencing emotional and psychological abuse from her husband, Nick Lee. Viewers witnessed parts of a phone call in which he yelled at her, made threats, and exercised financial control, including holding access to her accounts through two-factor authentication. Amouranth described the situation as one in which she felt trapped. In 2025, the situation resurfaced publicly after another incident during a live broadcast. While streaming, Amouranth displayed emails she said were from Lee, accusing him of using her money to pay escorts. The stream escalated into a tense, hours-long argument captured partially on video. Even though no footage confirmed physical violence, Amouranth's emotional distress raised renewed discussions about safety and exploitation. Sliker is a Twitch streamer who built an audience through gaming content, reaction videos, and community interaction. But in 2022, his career shifted dramatically after a major controversy involving gambling and financial misconduct came to light. The situation started when Sliker released a confession video acknowledging that he had been borrowing money from viewers, friends, and fellow streamers under false pretenses. He claimed his bank account was frozen or that Twitch had delayed paying him, but the borrowed funds were instead used to fuel a growing gambling addiction, one that began with CSGO skin betting before it became higher risk sports wagers. As his debts increased, he continued asking for money, often promising repayment that never came. After the confession, numerous creators shared screenshots, voice notes, and messages showing similar experiences. Some victims reported losing tens of thousands of dollars. One streamer said Sliker had borrowed $27,000. Trainwreck estimated his losses at around $45,000. The total community loss was eventually estimated at roughly $300,000. XQC and Ludwig publicly announced they would reimburse victims who could verify their losses. Sliker appeared on several streams to address the situation, explaining that his addiction led him to believe he could gamble his way out of debt. Following the uproar, he largely withdrew from social media. Although he briefly hinted at a return, Twitch banned him in February 2023. Fedmyster is a former Twitch streamer and YouTube creator who rose to prominence through his involvement with offline TV. For several years, he was a familiar face within the group, contributing to videos and collaborating with other members. That changed in June 2020, when multiple allegations of sexual misconduct came to light, leading to his removal from offline TV and a major shift in his public career. The initial allegations came from fellow offline TV members, Yvonne and Lily Pichu, who shared accounts of Fedmyster entering their rooms without permission and making unwanted advances. Yvonne described instances in which Fed touched her without consent, while Lily recalled a night when he entered her room intoxicated and acted inappropriately under the guise of giving her a massage. Not long after, Pokimane stated that Fedmyster had made inappropriate advances toward her as well, and contributed to her decision to move out of the offline TV house. Following his departure, the situation came up again in November 2020, when a 25-page document written by Fedmyster leaked online. In it, he disputed aspects of the allegations and claimed that certain events had been misrepresented. Fedmyster returned briefly to streaming in June 2021, where he publicly addressed the accusations again. He acknowledged being physically inappropriate with Yvonne, admitted that he failed to obtain explicit consent, and stated that his actions qualified as sexual assault. He also reflected on his behavior toward Lily, saying that his intentions did not excuse the impact of his actions. While Fedmyster expressed remorse and spoke about learning from the experience, the controversy effectively ended his presence in major creator circles. Alinity is a Twitch streamer best known for her just chatting streams, but over the years, she has been in some controversies. One of the biggest moments came when a viral clip showed Alinity tossing her cat Milo over her shoulders during a livestream. The video quickly blew up online and even caught the attention of PETA, which urged Twitch to permanently ban her, stating "Take a stand for cats" and "Please remove Alinity from Twitch immediately." She's using the platform to post animal abuse, which sends a dangerous message to anyone watching her videos. The backlash increased when older clips resurfaced, one showing Alinity letting her cat drink vodka from her mouth, and another where she kicked her dog mid-stream. Alinity later apologized, saying, "I understand the concern and I'm sorry for my lapses in judgment. I shouldn't have gotten frustrated with Milo, but I dropped him behind my chair, I'm not that strong." Still, the controversies didn't end there. In 2023, Alinity was banned from Twitch again, prompting her to consider leaving the platform entirely. She had previously faced bans in 2020 after a wardrobe malfunction, where she accidentally showed nudity, and in 2018, after threatening to copyright strike PewDiePie for calling her a Twitch thought. Justaminx is best known for her unapologetic attitude. Over the years, Minx has built a reputation for being both entertaining and controversial. In 2022, she faced accusations of blackmail from fellow streamer Toxic Support, who alleged that Minx threatened to expose private information following an uncomfortable incident at a TwitchCon party years earlier. The claim surfaced alongside Minx's outspoken criticism of other Twitch scandals, including Sliker's gambling controversy and Mizkif's alleged involvement in a cover-up, leaving Minx caught between defending herself and battling her own mental health struggles. Minx has also faced multiple Twitch bans throughout her career. Her first suspension in 2020 came after using terms like simp and incel, which the platform had newly categorized as harassment-related slurs. In 2022, she was banned again for using the term cracker, and in early 2023, Twitch issued another temporary ban after she appeared intoxicated on stream. Off-stream, Minx's personal life has been turbulent. She claimed her Airbnb was broken into in 2022, that she lost her cats during the incident, and that the company later banned her account. In 2023, her public image took another hit when she was reportedly removed from the Streamer Awards after-party for drunken behavior, leading to a falling out with close friend Cutie Cinderella. Cutie later revealed she had tried to help Minx seek treatment for alcohol dependency. By March 2023, Minx admitted she was struggling with borderline alcoholism and promised to seek help, telling fans she was taking steps toward recovery and learning to know when to stop. In June 2025, Super Smash Bros. Legend Mango found himself in the middle of a major controversy. At Ludwig's switch to Mario Kart World Cup, specifically the Burial card event, things spiraled out of control. During the stream, Mango, clearly drunk, was caught on camera behaving inappropriately towards several female creators, including Maya Higa, Senna, and Extra Emily. He made thrusting gestures, humped a cardboard cutout of himself, and repeatedly invaded other streamers' space, moments that instantly spread online. Ludwig tried to calm him down several times, but the damage was already done. Viewers were uncomfortable, and clips of the incident quickly flooded social media. Cloud9, the esports org he'd represented for years, dropped him shortly after, and Twitch issued a temporary ban. Afterward, Mango admitted he'd gone too far. "I hate waking up and seeing I was a drunk dumbass," he said. "I don't like using the drunk excuse because it's childish." He has opened up about his struggles with alcohol, saying he's been 3 weeks sober and plans to get therapy once his insurance kicks in. "I see alcohol as a friend," he said quietly, "and I feel like it just fucked me." Greekgodx rose to fame for his hilarious commentary and gaming streams. But for the past few years, he has become an increasingly controversial figure, which has had a major impact on his career. During a Rush stream in 2025, with other creators like Trainwrecks and Nora Explorer, Greek was banned from the community server after a string of offensive remarks. He called Nora a derogatory slur, directed racial insults towards streamers Myth and NMP LOL, and ignored repeated moderator warnings until he was removed mid-broadcast. Over the years, he has gradually alienated fans with erratic rants and inflammatory opinions. His outspoken admiration for Andrew Tate and alpha male ideology further fueled criticism, as did a 2022 stream where he declared that any woman who dated him would have to quit streaming to cook and clean for him. Twitch banned him shortly after. Despite some sympathy for his personal struggles with weight, mental health, and public breakups, many agree that Greek's behavior has crossed too many lines. Even after friends like Trainwrecks vouch for him, his repeated outbursts and lack of accountability have left his once loyal audience unsure if there's any way back. Rich Campbell, best known as a World of Warcraft and Dota 2 host, was a co-founder of the streamer collective OTK. His career changed in December 2022 when Twitch streamer Azali Alexi accused him of sexual assault in a lengthy tweet-longer post. The allegation, tied to an incident from 2019 during their on and off relationship, led OTK to request his resignation within hours. Following her statement, other creators, including Caseytron, claimed that Lexi had spoken about multiple victims and corroborating stories. The internet turned against Rich almost overnight, and his career was effectively halted. In December 2023, Rich filed a defamation lawsuit against Lexi, claiming her allegations were false and had caused severe emotional and financial damage. According to the court documents, Rich stated that their encounters had been consensual and that Lexi's posts were part of a pattern of public fabrications. He sought over $3.6 million in damages. In recent months, the case appeared to reach a conclusion. Rich's lawyers filed court papers indicating a conditional resolution, and reports suggested that the case was dropped. No settlement details were disclosed, but fellow streamer Tectone later claimed Rich had won almost all of his cases. Rich has since returned to live streaming and has been pretty open about the whole thing. Thank you very much for watching this video, and if you learned something, make sure to leave a like, comment down below your thoughts on any of the Twitch controversies I discussed in this video, and subscribe if you would like to see a part 2 or more videos like this one. Thank you again, and goodbye.